Alright is Mike redacted. In the words of Mr. Mackey,
drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs.
Whilst this is sound advice, I didn't want this advice to stop me from being able to play the hit new game Schedule 1. This hit new game, which has absolutely disgraced the AAA game studios like Ubisoft by being both more popular and by having more concurrent players on Steam. And it's only developed by one person as well. I want to experience the world of Schedule 1, but I don't want to break any laws. Is that even possible? So in today's video, we're going to try and play Schedule 1 without breaking any laws. So we start on the tutorial and unfortunately instantly we're breaking the law by being in possession of a weed plant. It may be legal in your state, but it seems that Highland Point is set in one of the states which has not legalised weed yet. I do have a sneaking suspicion that the game may take place in Australia, given that the creator's from there, but we don't know at this point. Many players may give up the no crime run at this point, but not me. I know the secret trick, which doctors don't want you to know. All you need to do is tick this little box, which allows us to skip the tutorial, which means no crime. This is the guy we've created for the no crime run. It didn't let me put in his name, but his name is Keith, because I can't imagine anyone with that name being a criminal mastermind or even the head of a drug cartel. Now we start as non-criminals. Ignore those plants, we're just holding them for a friend, I swear. Uncle calls us and gives us some money, but unfortunately this money is proceeds of a crime, so we can't legally use it at this point, so we will hang on to it until the game developer adds the feature to be able to hand this money back into the police as evidence. I'll put it on this pallet for safekeeping. This leaves us in a bit of a dilemma, however. You see, we need $75 to be able to get the hotel room, but as a law-abiding citizen, we're unable to use the money which our uncle gave us for this. This means that we need to come up with $75 before the curfew, as breaking the curfew would be a criminal offence, and then we'd need to restart our whole run. So there's only one thing that we can do to solve this. We can make money by collecting trash. You see, Birmingham's become such a dump. Highland Point has become such a dump that the local government literally pays people to collect and bin garbage. At first, it's difficult and dirty. You need to pick up the trash manually with your bare hands and place it in the bin. But after you've made $20, you can start to buy some items that will help us. For instance, we can buy this trash picker. And that allows us to pick up more trash, meaning we're faster and more efficient at picking up trash. After a little more time, you can buy lots of trash pickers. This gives us the ability to make surprisingly good amounts of money. It's nothing compared to if you're selling, say, good strains of weed or any other substance which is available in Schedule 1 at this point, but it's a start. After a while of collecting trash, it's time to do the only other legal activity which is in the game at the moment. This is going to the casino. Whilst gambling is morally questionable practice, which has ruined countless lives, it's still legal. The money you get from collecting garbage is small change compared to what you can earn by gambling. At first, I was feeling really lucky, so I decided to play a game that I'm familiar with, blackjack. Employing an investment strategy that I learned from Wall Street Bets called the YOLO, I went all in, and I was sure of my success. This was my day. This was the day when I'd finally break free of picking up trash and I'd be able to make at least 6k, which would be enough to buy the bungalow and live happily ever after in Highland Point. I went all in and put all my money down on the first deal of the night. Then, disaster struck. I crashed out, going bust after hitting too many times. The YOLO strategy had failed me. God himself had forsaken me. Without the ability to break the law and try to forcibly take my money back after being cheated by the casino, I left feeling dejected with $0 to my name. I'd be back to that casino. They'd be sorry they ever fucked with me, because I was going to win all my money back and more. But first, I needed some serious seed capital to be able to do this with. So I collected trash like I'd never collected before. Soon, the money started piling up. I even sold the TV and one of the shelves that I didn't really need. After collecting trash for literally in-game days, I had more money than I'd ever had before, and I knew in my bones this was the time that I was going back to the casino. Day one of my plan to get even with the casino started with a stream of failures, but after a while I started winning. Then after a while it became win after win after win. I had the casino right where I wanted them, but then disaster struck because it was the end of the day and I needed to go back to my hotel room with no TV and no shelf because I didn't want to break curfew. The day was short because I came to the casino late, but I still managed to take home a small profit. It was a small profit, but it was just a taste of what was to come for those bastards in the casino who had duped me ruthlessly before. Day 2 came around and I didn't want the second day to be cut short like the first day, so I spent the morning collecting a little bit of trash to pad my money out, and then I waited by the casino entrance for the place to open so I could set my foot in through the door at 4 PM on the dot. At first, it was tragic. The cards just weren't coming up for me. I was looking for patterns in the cards, using statistics, and even trying to play it safe, but it still wasn't going well. At one point, I was down to just $1 in my pocket, but somehow I managed to get it back up, and when I walked away, I had over $8,000 in profit. I did have over $13,000 in profit at one point, but like all gamblers, I didn't know when to quit, and I whittled this down to just below 10k cash. The fact that I was able to make 8k in the casino kind of proves my point that you actually are able to play Schedule 1 without breaking any crime, but you need to play smart and use tactics. You can make a lot of money in Schedule 1 without breaking the law. All you need to do is collect trash and play the casino. In conclusion, you can play Schedule 1 without breaking any crimes, but why would you? You'll either be the king of the trash, or you'll need to be lucky in the casino, which I'm starting to suspect is fixed. I have seen something about the slot machines as well being fixed in your favour, but I didn't really play them on this run. If you only do either of those things, playing the casino and picking up trash, you'll be missing out on so much of that the game has to offer. You'll never get to enjoy the joy of giving a new insane mix a funny name. You'll never get to meet Benji. You'll never get to ruthlessly gun down Benji's evil twin in cold blood. And you'll never get the joy of watching as one of your customers feels the effects of your latest crazy mix. Sure, you'll never need to fear illegally questionable police body search, and Highland Point streets will never be cleaner. Is it really worth it? I think there's maybe a lesson in there about something, but I'm not too sure what it really is. Clean your room. Drugs are bad, okay?